right, welcome to EETF number 84. My name is Patrick. I hope you guys are doing great. So tonight it is Quirky Questions time. We have a full house tonight. So let us start. We are off to a great start. Let us start with Kyle Hildreth. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Patrick. Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure. You see, I'm repeating myself already. Jesus.
You're repeating yourself already?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
European
Himself.
Oh,
Already?
Well, yeah. I don't have my new passport in front of me, but yeah,
I'm one of the lucky ones.
Must be in the bathroom.
I'm putting this entire continent in my review.
Uh-oh.
All right, Ben Affleck.
Screw you guys.
Oh, wow.
I'm out of here. All right. Okay, so welcome, Kyle.
Thank you.
We also have John Motford. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Awesome. Good to have you. We have Tony Greathouse. How are you, sir?
I'm groovy, baby.
Ooh. Throwing a curveball in there.
Pop that, everybody.
Yes. Exactly.
All is well.
All right, the reincarnation of Sly Stone is now in Tony.
Oh, yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so yes, welcome back. We have Mike Drew. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always a pleasure. Yeah, I was waiting for the for the logical end. And we have Hector Contreras. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Patrick.
Awesome. Did you just almost choke on your drink a second ago?
Because I tried to get off mic, and then I was doing so, I'd like, oh no, that's not comfortable. That's not okay. So I masked it very, very casually. But thanks for pointing it out, because now I'm on the
Everybody knows.
It's on record. It's a little scratchy. A little scratchy.
All right.
Now get back on mic.
Yeah.
We will
Not me.
we will get through this.
Will we?
We'll survive this horrible ordeal.
Oh boy.
All right, so quirky questions time. But first, as I mentioned before recording, just a quick movie question for you guys. I don't often talk about trailers on the podcast, but I was just wondering if you saw the trailer for Caught Stealing, the latest Aronofsky movie.
Oh, nice.
Starring, Jesus, what's his name? Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz and Matt Smith.
No.
I've not seen it yet.
Check it out if you have the chance. It's like Aronofsky is trying to do Guy Ritchie.
Ooh.
Really?
It is a kick-ass trailer.
Okay.
The movie will be out only in August, I think, but the trailer has me cautiously optimistic.
Okay. That's a lot of pretty.
Yes.
Yeah. And Austin Butler, that's a lot of good-looking people there.
But it is not. I've seen this thing now. Yes. It came up on YouTube for one of the commercials. They're all dirty and they're all like dingy and not what you think.
Interesting.
It's in New York in the 80s, I think, because we see an old-time Trans Am at some point. And with Vincent D'Onofrio and Liev Schreiber as well, playing rabbi gangsters.
Wow.
I'm in.
Does Matt Smith have an accent, like an American accent?
No, British accent. He is a old-style punk with a massive mohawk, It's...
You can't pin him down to one subject, which is because he does The Wrestler, but then he does Noah, and then he does the Fountain. Was it called The Fountain? It was like went through different eras in history.
Hugh Jackman, yes.
Yeah. So he's all over the place.
The Mother as well.
He did Mother, yeah.
Yes. Not the Danzig song.
Not that.
No, that one.
Play bass on that.
Yeah.
What was the name of that movie again, Patrick?
Mother.
Caught stealing.
Caught stealing. Sorry.
Once.
Okay. I thought you wanted to another impression of Danzig, but yeah.
Oh, sure. I'll take that.
Is that what you asked for? I'm sorry. What?
You know how good I am with the impressions. But check the trailer if you have the chance. It got me hooked so much that I started reading the book, and it's good so far.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And the guy who wrote the book, his name is Charlie...
Brown?
No.
Charlie Brown.
Is it Charlie Houston?
We'll say yes.
Someone look it up, please. He wrote the screenplay as well. So
Okay.
Consider it a good sign.
Promising.
Yeah.
So, let's see. But, okay. Just,
Did you guys see the Life of Chuck that's supposed to come out this weekend? But the trailer for that.
I read it.
Is it about Charlie Brown?
No, I was going to say it's a Stephen King. It's Stephen King adaptation, but it's not like a straight up horror movie. It's like
Oh yeah, it's
it almost leans more towards those like Green Mile, but not drama, like not as dramatic as seems to be more like a
sci-fi almost.
Who is the
so it's Timothy Huddleston.
Oh yeah, Tom Hiddleston. Yes.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Loki?
Loki.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mark Hamill.
And Mark Hamill.
Yes.
Mark
Yeah,
Hamill.
that's true. That's true.
Did I sign up for movie talk? I don't remember
Sorry.
what happened.
Yeah, sorry.
Charlie Houston wrote that book.
Charlie Houston. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what I said?
Yes.
I think it
You
is.
did, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay, so we will close movie talk after this question. When is it out? The Life of Chuck, or
So it came out like limited release last Friday, and it's out wide release this Friday. Thursday or Friday.
okay? All right. So okay, movie talk is done.
Done.
Yeah. Yeah. Just for the occasion. Okay, so let us start with this question. It was your question, Kyle.
Oh,
So, have you ever had a guy as your dental hygienist? Not as the
Yes.
main dentist, but as the person who cleans your teeth first. Yeah. Okay. So, Kyle, do you want to open the discussion?
yeah. I went to the dentist last month and I had the same lady I've had, actually there's a new lady, but the same ladies are there usually every time. And I've been going to the same dentist for 40 years. So it's not much changes, but I've never had a guy. And before that, I've only been to 2 dentists. I've never had a guy clean my teeth, like clean. They've always been the dentist. That's always the guy. And actually last year we just got a new lady dentist too. Apparently they can do dentistry too.
Wow.
How crazy is that? Next thing you know, they're going to be flying planes, right, guys? Anyways.
Okay.
But yeah, I've never had a guy clean your teeth. And I
Okay.
just thought that was kind of funny. And I think if I ever had one, it'd be weird.
Okay.
That was a 3 okay statement.
Yeah.
Did he clean it with his penis?
No.
No.
It wasn't that kind of dentist. What kind of dentist are you going to?
I just don't get the question, I guess.
Well, no, like
Why is it weird?
There's 2 people. There's 2 people. There's the hygienist and then there's the dentist.
Yeah.
I've never had a guy hygienist clean my teeth. Ever. It was just funny.
Good night, everybody.
And the only time I could think of one is Charlie Day from Horrible Bosses. You don't ever see guy hygienists in anything.
For what it's worth, I can confirm that in my, million years of visiting dentists, I've never seen a male dental hygienist. That's true.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there's got to be some, right?
I haven't either, to be jokes aside, I haven't either. And it didn't even occur to me until the question that
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
It
John,
wasn't-
when that man offered to clean your teeth with, never mind.
No. I asked him to use it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go. That's not going to make him clean.
All right.
So, yeah, I just was thinking about that. And I was like, that's weird.
Rinse and spit.
Ooh.
I have not either, but I do have. Oh God, if we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, and I'll
We're
make a
there
confession.
Oh, yeah, we
I'll
were
make a
there
confession.
already.
All right.
Well, we got dragged. Some of us, we weren't like,
Shoved right in that mouth.
yeah,
So I,
got pushed into the bush backwards.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, everyone's pushed back. I have not been in the dentist since the year 2000.
Whoa.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa,
God
okay.
bless you.
not been
Let's see
to the
your teeth.
dentist in the year 2000.
Wait a minute.
They are
Oh, you can't see
Pearly
this
white.
at home, but they are
pearly white.
disgusting.
Pearly
It's like
white.
there's termites in his smile, everybody.
Yeah.
Why?
Both of them look nice. Both of them nice.
Oh, we almost had a spit take.
Excuse me.
You okay,
boy.
Mike?
No, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Why?
Why? There's no particular reason other than that I was like, when in Seinfeld when Kramer just steps on the gas while it's on E and he said, "Let's keep going." That's kind of where we're at. And just
Wait, what?
basically, I haven't had any desire to, and ultimately, it has not. I've been brushing enough that it's not caused any cavities or problems in my.
How do you know?
Pain?
Well, no pain. Yeah.
I have no pain.
Yeah, no
like
pain.
none.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's good.
Knock wood, though.
Oh, good
Like your
Lord,
teeth.
knock wood.
Yeah.
Now that I've said
mean,
it though,
Yeah.
I'm
That's
doomed. I'm doomed. I
25
shouldn't
years.
have said it.
You should not have said this.
Now I jinxed myself.
So, what about your kids?
Oh, they've gone.
Okay.
Oh, I take them. Don't worry.
Yeah, I take
step
'em.
foot in the building.
And Sophia's done the braces. I did braces when I was her age, and she has braces now. And I have a wire. What do you call it? Like
Yeah.
the little brace wire on the back of the bottom row.
Mhm.
Yeah, just keep it there because why take it out? Yeah.
So you take your kids,
Yep.
and they don't ever go to you. Hey, we happen to notice.
It has
'Cause
not.
mine would bug me. Mine phone
for sure.
calls my phone once a week, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
scheduled. Why are you calling me?
I know it that as soon as I say it, Sophia will eventually notice, and then she'll be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask my dentist what he thinks about this, and she'll have him chime in. Next thing I know, I'm getting a call from Dr. Blah blah blah. Why don't you come on in? It's not too late.
I'd be wary of a dentist named Dr. Blah blah blah. But that's just me.
Oh, that's the guy that Mutt went to.
Well, yeah, he's the
Oh, that's the
hygienic.
guy Mutt went to. Okay. fair enough.
But yeah, the thing is, well, I mean, maybe I got brainwashed by the dentist association or something.
Big dentist.
Yeah, big dental. Yeah.
Big dental.
If you wait for too long, maybe it's gonna cost you a lot more down the road.
That's where the Kramer reference comes in because I'm just going to keep pushing in the E until
You'd have to go to have that problem.
Because even if you have super good flossing discipline and all that,
I got the best.
sometimes your saliva is
Acidic.
A petri
acidic,
dish?
yes, and it's not going to help how much you floss or brush.
This was an intervention, Hector.
Yes.
It's turning into one.
Yeah.
Jesus, I didn't go.
Can we go back to the penis hygienist? Do we have,
That somehow was more acceptable than this is.
But good thing about this is with all the money you've saved over the years, now in theory you should be able to pay for whatever is coming your way.
honestly, I've never had it where insurance wasn't covered. So
So it's been free.
yeah,
It will be free.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez,
It's
that's
just
amazing.
It's just me being an asshole. I'm a stubborn ass.
But to you,
Yeah.
not to anybody
Oh
else.
yeah,
Asshole, masshole, get it right.
If someone's gonna be an asshole, it better be me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
hopefully, yeah.
Wow. I didn't go one time. I missed a 6-month period, like in college, and I skipped it because my hygienist told me it was okay if I did. And I got my first cavity after that. Like, oh, Christ. So now I don't skip because, God, I don't need another cavity.
You know how many cavities you get when you don't go to the dentist?
0.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how that works.
That's a way to. That's a way to see it.
In solidarity, I haven't been to the pediatrician in about 50 years.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
All right. But no, yeah, I've been thinking about this question since I've seen it.
2 minutes ago?
No, a bit earlier than that. And it might be because I've seen, male stewardess,
Flight
There's,
attendants.
flight attendants. Sorry.
Like
Plane
all
helpers?
dentists start off as hygienists at some point, right? They don't just immediately become dentists. Don't they have
No,
to practice
I think
as
they-
hygienists?
No, I think they
I've
do.
always worked in female-dominated jobs. I was a primary school teacher, taught kindergarten, then a librarian. These are not what tends to happen when you're in a school. Males, it's not fair, but even in those female-dominated things, they usually rise up to like principal or whatever, right? So maybe you're onto something with your theory of hygienists become dentists and they get passed through
Their cycles
quicker
have to
because they're men. I don't know.
match up.
I don't know.
Translation is the same thing. It's mostly female.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because when I finished in 95, that's 30 years ago, and I'm going to eat my shotgun. And we were 11 people to graduate, and it was 9 women and 2 guys.
Well,
Yeah.
good job.
Well, I guess.
But that seems like a field that I don't know if for a lady to do the dental part. I understand. Guys got big, hairy, disgusting fingers. Nobody wants that.
They wear gloves.
Somehow it makes it worse. When your dentist goes into your mouth, it's a difference than when the hygienist goes in your mouth.
I don't see that, but
I just think the dexterity might be a little more with the smaller finger. Maybe this is very sexist of me. I'm sure it is.
I haven't been to the dentist only because there's no male hygienist.
John is turning red from holding on to his jokes.
Please, no, please let out. But
Sorry,
I don't
Hector,
know.
you
But
were
now,
going to say?
no, I was just saying. Now that makes it feel like a Charlie's Angels. Like there's the dentist, and then his lady hygienist team.
Kind of how it is.
Yeah.
They
It's
call him on the intercom.
yeah, they had. And then he
Charlie's
comes
ready
in,
to see
gives
you.
the okay. Hit
Yeah.
that little circle thing that's on a rod. I don't know what the hell you call that. And then he looks in.
Mirror?
Foreskin.
That's it. Is
Yeah.
it just a mirror, like
Yeah,
a little
it's-
round mirror?
You
that's
don't
on
even
a
know what the hell they use.
The 25
Boy
years.
doesn't want to
The
go.
round thing on
I
its
don't know what they're
stick.
putting in my mouth.
They got the string they put between your teeth.
Like a lollipop.
Some Newfoundland blonde.
And then they have this another thing with a stick that you're supposed to put like paste on. It's ridiculous. This whole
Called a brush.
this whole
Okay, Hector, I'm going to let you in on a little secret because it's been so long. Okay. You know how they do the x-rays, right?
yeah.
I'm a gagger. I used to really struggle. I still struggle.
I can vouch for that.
I knew it.
Oh, God. What
Me
about
too. I knew it too.
So about 10 years ago, they have this, I don't even know if it's that long ago, but they have this whole thing that goes, so I always struggle because they would put it in one side, say bite down, they'd run out of the room, you'd hear that, and then they'd run back in and I'd be like spitting it up, right?
Sure.
Stop, John. Anyway, next.
Kyle is the one giggling. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So now they have this thing where it's like it encompasses the whole mouth. They just put it all in, and then they do the camera on the one side, the camera on the other side, and they're done. And I found it so much easier. So I don't know if that's been an issue for you, but for me it was. And by the way, my dentist is a lady. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's the main dentist, yes.
This X-ray, is that the one where they do the panoramic? They do the whole
no,
mouth?
no.
Okay.
My son had that when he got his braces, though. It's
Yeah.
super cool.
That's all new
Yeah.
technology.
It's fun to look at.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been living in a rock, but like behind it, like in a cave, and them coming out of the cave.
Where like tell you how
and-
far dentist science has come, Hector. You don't know what you're missing.
so they could take pictures of your teeth. Is that what you're telling me?
They have anesthesia now.
They what? They've been clubbing me over the head before.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Mhm.
I swear this is the best episode. How are you going to categorize this episode, Patrick? I have no idea.
I think this is it.
When we were kids,
That's a good question.
dental hygienists used to come into our school, right? I don't know if you guys had that, but
Yeah.
they used to give us these little red like tablets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Pills,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
And you remember, and it would show you like the plaque on your teeth.
Yes.
Did they do did any of your kids
No.
had that? Because they don't do that with us anymore.
Plaque's old-fashioned. We don't do that anymore.
Is it? Okay.
Really?
Yeah, no gingivitis.
Well, it's
No
like
rest-
we solved it.
shaming
Oh.
kids now, and they would never allow that, right? Look,
Well, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
That's funny. I haven't thought about those in
Yeah.
a long time. That's
Yes.
hilarious.
And actually, Mike, you mentioned gagging. Again, no jokes.
That was
please.
John. We go ahead.
Yes.
Mhm.
That reminds me, every time I go do, a medical checkup, when he does the tongue depressing,
Oh, me too.
tongue
Yep.
depressor, I tell him outright, unless you want
Yeah.
me to puke on your floor,
Use the stick. Yeah.
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 find something else.
lube it.
I knew it. Jesus, I knew it.
Next topic. Do you have that drop? No? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I could ask Lady AI to
Oh, there you go.
chime in.
Time for a new topic.
Clean your teeth.
Yep.
Oh.
If she's not clean as my teeth, yeah.
Yeah.
Or he could be like, Kyle, get back on topic. Like that kind of thing.
Fuck's sake, Kyle, stop pissing about and stay on topic.
All right, so yeah, that was a good
Wow.
question.
That was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Did anybody actually answer it other than no? Like, no. Every other thought was something totally off.
It's a yes or no question, but my lord, I think we hit gold with that one.
But I mean, actually, on WhatsApp, I said we can expand that to unexpected work-related gender switches. So I mentioned flight attendants and not stewardesses. Sorry, John, you were right to call me out on that because I completely forgot the newest term in English. I only had it in French. Sorry. So yeah, translators. I mentioned that. We mentioned flight attendants. But now, to try and get back on topic, can you think of a career that's so much gender oriented, Mike?
Okay, I have two. And one is not terribly off, but I haven't had many male nurses. I've had a male nurse, but I
Yes.
don't get many of them. Not that I need medical assistance often, but just like if you're at a hospital for a checkup or whatever, it's rare to have a male nurse, although I have.
That's true.
And I will say this one really quickly. So I was a kind of a race car fan I kind of drift in and out now, F1 and IndyCar in particular. I went to the Indy race, I don't know, it was like 15 years ago, but that's while Danica Patrick was driving.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we happened to be walking through near the paddock, and they were actually going somewhere. But the way it's set up in Toronto, that the drivers take like these little mopeds, and she drove by. She was one of the ones that drove by as Dario and Franchitti, a bunch of people. And it just made me think that, like, I think she's one of the few professional women drivers in any of those series. Like, there's never been a female F1 driver pro. There's testers and there's people that work for the team that do other things and stuff, but not drivers themselves. And I think Indy, that's been the only one ever. So
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because women do funny cars and drag racing.
yeah. And Danica's obviously been in
Funny
NASCAR
cars?
as well.
Yeah, you know those.
Shriner cars?
Those are funny. But that's another thing. Oh, look at you, Mutt. There's no lady Shriners.
No lady cereal mascots either.
No lady cereal mascot?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Think of one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sport mascots other than professional women's teams,
I mean,
maybe.
Care Bears?
Even Pebbles cereal, which is named after the fucking girl, had put Fred and Bernie on it.
They really did. They really did fuck that up.
Oh, that's true.
Well,
Yeah.
I've never thought about this.
Wow.
Wow, this is just something else this week.
Trying to prove you wrong, but I can't think.
I
There
know,
was like
no,
limited edition, like
I can't even think of a limited edition.
Mary Lou Retton.
strawberry shortcake,
Wheaties doesn't count.
strawberry shortcake cereal, right?
Oh, yeah. Miss Smurfette. Yeah.
I'm sure Smurfette didn't have a cereal.
No, Smurfberry Crunch. It's fun to eat.
Was there a Miss
Smurf-
Pac-Man
Oh.
cereal? Because there was a Pac-Man cereal.
Yeah.
Ah, that rings a bell.
Miss Pac-Man? No, I even think it was just Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Little Debbie's doing all that, and she's hiring all the broads.
Yeah.
She doesn't make cereal.
Wendy's
though.
doesn't have a cereal?
Yet.
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
They
They actually
probably
do.
Chili cereal.
I think we watched that
I think
yesterday. Last
I
Saturday.
think Tony posted it last year.
Yeah. That does sound like a Tony thing.
It does.
John, did you have a career in mind?
Well, a couple questions, because when I said I was in female-dominated professions before I became a teacher, I did do a year of nursing school, which is, as Drew was saying, was also female-dominated. But it always bugged me when people would refer to male nurses when that's the only career where you specify. Now, Drew was doing it because he said, I've never had a male nurse, so it fit in what he was saying.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't understand why, like, you don't say
Male
a
mechanic.
female
or-
pilot, or right, you just say
Mhm.
pilot.
that's
Oh,
true.
you
Yeah,
do,
you know?
actually.
Yeah.
Well, when you're talking, like, can you believe it or not, I have one. But when you said I saw a nurse, you're not saying I saw. Why would you say I
Yeah.
saw a male nurse? Right?
Yeah,
It's-
you're right.
It's
Yeah.
stupid to me.
They
And-
do the same thing with like lady doctor.
yeah,
Yeah. I've heard of those
but
before.
those are
Yeah.
like gynecologists.
Oh,
No, I didn't mean it that
No,
way.
I know, but that's what you think that, right?
Yeah.
that's a lady part doctor.
But when I was a kindergarten teacher,
A mechanic?
I had a mom come in during the parent teacher conferences or whatever, like first report card times, and she said, "Oh, my son loves you so much. I'm so relieved," because I didn't know what to think when he was getting a male kindergarten teacher. And I sat him down before the first day of school to prepare him that, you're going to, and I was like, "You sat him down to prepare him? What the fuck?"
That's weird.
Like, what were you warning him about? No.
So listen, John, I mean,
Words got out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Jesus.
like you said, and I've said it before on this podcast, I am a teacher, and you're absolutely right. There are way more women on staff than there are men. That said, I actually work, one of our kindy teachers this year is male.
Yeah, good. I
Yeah.
think it's becoming more common, but
Yeah, but it's rare.
yeah.
Because I mean, in this, I've been at the same school for 20 plus years now, and we've had two.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
It's-
ever remember a kindergarten.
It's a
teacher
good way
being
to work yourself through dental school.
Next question.
Especially if you're
Yep.
booked for a dentist.
Yeah, that's a
That's
good.
the one you warn them about? Yeah.
Well done, Tony.
All
Thank you.
Yes, nicely done. Okay, so second question. Well, actually, we are, going back to movies. What is a movie you think will be remade, and I will add should be remade in the next 5 to 10 years?
I got one.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, nobody else jumped. I'll
No.
jump.
Yeah, go.
1987 classic Summer School.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's going to be tough, though.
No, the reason I say it is it's still funny, but I find now that when I watch these kind of 80, I haven't watched this with my son, but I feel like I will at some point.
Mhm.
But there's so much has changed, obviously, in nearly 40 years, right? And if you've never seen the movie, spoiler alert, there's one part where the running joke through the movie is that one of the students gets locked in the bathroom for like the month that they're at summer school, right?
Yeah.
Obviously now in this day and age, why didn't they just pull out their cell phone and call for it? So obviously a lot of the jokes are going to change, but the situational stuff I think would still ring true. And I think just if it was updated and done well and casted properly, I think it would do well. I think it would be a good thing as well. But
That's going to be tricky because they don't make a lot of funny movies anymore.
well, that's why I think it's needed as well, because you're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Trying to find a good comedy
A
nowadays.
good original comedy.
That's a good one because it's like you can really go anywhere with it. I mean, summer school is summer school, so you don't have to adhere to the original movie at all.
No.
So
Chainsaw will probably have a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, something
A
like
horror movie podcast.
Yeah. I can't remember his buddy's name right now, but I can see him.
Oh, that's gonna bug me.
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave and
Dave's
Chainsaw.
right.
Dave and Chainsaw.
They would definitely have a podcast.
Yeah. I showed it to my daughter.
But you know, like having a kid who's learning how to drive and she's scared of being on the road, like that's
Yeah.
Mhm.
doesn't change.
Yeah.
And having a teacher who really just wants his summer off, not that I know any of them, you know, it would I think all of that stuff would still work.
Didn't he have one of them
Yes.
staying with him in his camper or something
Yeah,
like
the
that?
16-year-old was
Yeah.
trying to help him.
16.
Yeah.
And one of them was pregnant. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that wouldn't fly today.
yeah.
Yeah. There's parts that are. Yeah. I showed it to my daughter a couple of years ago, and I don't think it registered. She liked it. It was funny, but nothing was like.
Well, it's like Overboard. They remade Overboard. I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna fly. And
Mm.
they did.
They switched it. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Gender-
switched to
but I
gen.
didn't see it.
That's how good it was. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
What
what it
school
was.
teacher can afford to live at the beach anyway? Is what I want to know.
Good old Mr. Shoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Shoop could.
That was like because like Lethal Weapon, that guy, his character was living on the beach. They're like, you know what? Everyone just live on the beach. Just get a camper and
Everybody in
live on the
California
beach.
live on the beach.
They just live on the beach. Yeah.
So, okay, so yeah, summer school is a good shout. Anyone else has any ideas?
I mean, I had a couple, but I brought it down to the one that I would love to see because I think it would pioneer a change, and that's heavy metal. The 1981 animated movie. And really,
Jesus.
what I would love to see is them return soundtracks into movies, like
Oh,
because
Okay.
that's one thing where like what they should do is bring back
yeah.
veteran artists like Alice Cooper, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and have them put new songs for a soundtrack. Like they're still touring, and I don't know why they can't record one song. Put a real good song, just make a compilation. Because they did one for a movie called Eddie the Eagle, and it was all these veteran artists that came out from like the new wave British genre, and then
Really?
they put new music out for that movie.
I know about that movie, but I've never seen it, and I didn't know about the soundtrack thing. Okay, that's cool.
I don't remember that. I do remember the movie because it was the Canadian Olympics, Winter Olympics, Calgary, right?
Yes, I think so. And
Yeah.
wasn't it like Taron Egerton?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here. Okay,
It's not a bad movie, but I don't remember the soundtrack standing out.
Howard Jones, Tony Hadley, Midyear, Nick Kershaw, ABC, Kim Wilde, Go West, Heaven 17, Paul Young, all new songs for just soundtrack.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
And it's good.
Where's Lamoureux?
Right? But it's good stuff. And like, I would love to see that, but like for
The soundtrack.
hard rockers.
Hard rock,
Yeah.
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 So that's where I want to see heavy metal.
That is
That's
cool.
a great idea.
And they should get the animators who do like Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool.
Well, I think too, other than anime, I don't think there's a lot of like mainstream releases that are animated anymore.
I agree. And like, not only that, but like graphic novels are getting
Well,
more and
I
more
mean-
popular in the last 20 years. I figured that's kind of like,
Yeah.
you'd think it would be a perfect marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I think they might do some of that, but it's kind of underground, isn't it?
Exactly, which is like another great reason like they can have like we'll do some sort of thing where like you can audition your art so that you could be featured as one of the graphic artists for the animation or something like that.
You know what's funny? There could be some listener in Asia right now who's yelling at whatever device,
You-
right?
no.
Saying they do, it's this and whatever, and we don't know. But
Yeah.
but I think we come to it obviously with that North American, and maybe there has been other worldwide, and we just don't know.
Right.
I think I would sprain my ankle doing cartwheels in the driveway if I had any listeners in Asia.
You say
Just
that,
saying.
but
What an odd response.
Yes, exactly. ETF pod
All right.
on Blue Sky and
I'm waiting.
elsewhere.
I'm waiting for Patrick's TikTok video of him doing that.
Oh, no, you're going to wait for a while. But my answer to this question would be, and I'm taking no credit because I read it somewhere or heard that suggestion somewhere, and it just stayed. Do you remember the movie Blue Thunder?
Oh,
With
the
the,
helicopter. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
I
Roy
think
Scheider.
a remake,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
a
yeah.
remake would be pretty awesome. And you could also add the police state aspect to it.
Mm.
I think it could be a pretty cool action movie if you wanted to, go in that direction. And yeah,
I agree.
you know,
I haven't seen that in a long time though.
I'm surprised a lot of the streamers haven't done that,
yeah, that's true.
because you would think it's an easy idea, right? And maybe it's the money, they don't want to sink into it, but like you would think that a lot of these 70s, 80s films that have kind of been lost, they could redo and not have to really spend a lot of money on rewriting a script or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying it would turn out well. I'm just saying because easy, right?
They make these kind of movies still.
Yeah, but they're not remakes.
No, and they're not good.
No, definitely. Well, that's what I'm saying. At least the basis of something good is there if they pick a
Yeah,
good movie.
that's the good part. They don't want to write it.
I think they pick a franchise that is like sometimes they just start off wrong. Like for example, like the RoboCop and Total Recall, those are both Paul Verhoeven movies, right? Very very specifically stylized because in that Paul Verhoeven like weird nuanced 80s, like not nuanced, the opposite of just very like over the top.
Yeah.
And they dropped that. That was very much a touchstone of the 80s, and so they have not done anything. I guess if you're gonna do something like that, bring in the guy who did like Chappie, and he's wild enough to do something like that, or like Boon Jong-ho, the Parasite guy.
Yes.
Something wacky like that. But like they remake them and then they just make them completely stale. Like they took out all the fun and all the color and all the zaniness.
They took out all the satirical aspects of it.
Yeah, and it just becomes an action movie, a lame action movie, and there's no point to it.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with some of these remakes. But I did have a few more if anyone else has any.
No, everything that I thought of, well, I also wasn't even looking at it as a should be, just what do I think they will remake? Some I thought were bad ideas, but anything I thought of, then I Googled and it was like, yeah, it's being planned.
Yeah.
Anything I've thought of redoing, they're going to do it.
Let's hear it.
All right. So The Last Starfighter.
Sorry, Hector. John.
Sorry.
Just an example. And again,
Mhm.
this is not so much a remake as a reboot, I would say. Like I thought Running Man, because the original movie had nothing to I didn't mind the movie, actually. It was campy and fun.
Yeah.
But it had nothing to do with the book other
That's
than
true.
characters'
Yeah.
names in the title, right?
Yeah.
But then I looked, and sure enough, they are remaking Running Man, a version that's going to be true to the book.
Oh,
So it's like every idea I could think of is already in the works. So
that's a smart idea.
Mhm.
Because half these movies we've seen they're based on books. They twist them or change them or do something to them.
yeah, they're so true.
But the books were great in the beginning, like even Jaws and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's not exactly like the book in the movie.
Yeah.
Go back and make a movie that's just like the book,
Right.
the one that everybody fell in love with.
They did. So
Yeah.
The Shining was remade
Yes.
in the like early 90s or whatever. Or
Oh,
yeah.
TV series, I think.
yeah,
But
like
it
a
was
mini
poorly
series. Yeah,
acted,
mini
yeah.
series. But it was more like the book because Stephen King hated the
Mhm.
movie version because it
Hmm.
was so off the book. This one was more like it, but it had like the guy from Wings as Jack Nicholson's character, as Jack
Steve
Dorff.
Weber, yeah.
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 So it's like, you've got a less of a performance and less beautiful cinematography, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the
So
problem.
it's
I
like,
guess.
yeah, it is true to the book, but who cares?
It just dawned on me. I actually talked about a movie that's being remade with my son at dinner tonight. The reason is because the new Nintendo Switch came out last week,
Mhm.
and the one game that he bought for it was Street Fighter. And they are remaking Street Fighter. Now,
Ah.
whether it's going to
Oh,
be based
really?
on the movie from the 90s, I don't know. but it's scheduled for next year. It can't be any worse than the Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No, that thing's a heaping truck.
I guess.
But yeah, so I mean, you talked about books, Kyle. There's a bit of a trend now for video games, right? So maybe that 93, 94 release, whatever, was ahead of its time. Who knows?
Well, that Street Fighter book was great.
Yeah, there you go. But, who knows?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
Well, I mean, the problem is in the book, there is a lot more meat on the bone, if you like,
100%.
because like video game adaptations, I can't really think of one that's really good. Minecraft,
No.
Doom, Warcraft. It's all
Mario
you know,
Brothers.
It's kind of.
I'm
What?
Sure, I'm sure.
Well,
I'm sure.
yeah,
I'm sure.
Actually,
one
Mario
will.
Brothers. was
Mario Brothers
good.
2. Mario Brothers 2, yeah.
Actually, the cartoon was supposed to be decent. I didn't see it, but wasn't the cartoon?
I do. It was
Doesn't-
one of my movies of the year.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that one. I thought you meant the one from the 90s.
No, I was also referencing that, but it has been redone, and they wasn't that an example of one that they did right? The cartoon one? I don't know. I didn't see it. So
Yeah.
But Hector, sorry, you mentioned a few minutes ago The Last Starfighter.
Yeah, and then that probably just ties in with the video games because I was wrestling with that one because I don't think because the whole point of that one was like he had this one arcade game in this very poor man's campground of a trailer park, and it was I don't know how you do that part of the remake. I guess like video games are so like everyone's got a console now, so
There's no building you have to go to go play.
yeah, so it doesn't have the same weight as the old one did, but
Yeah, that really does take away
I
from
did
a lot of the-
rewatch it and I was like, oh, the Battlestar Galactica special effects, and it's just very it was very dated.
This isn't like Zaxxon at all.
That reminds me of a good one.
And then War Games, I rewatched that with
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah. That'd
Yes.
be great.
But it'd be the same. The internet's in my house now.
Yeah.
So if it asks me to play a game, I can do it right there.
And it's not the same. Well, I mean, it is like the political climate is shit still, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I remember, I mean, we all do, like in the 80s, like nuclear war was looming over us. And I don't think it's the same anymore.
It's not. That's
I
another
think
one I
you
was
could
like,
do it with the AI though. I think
Well, yeah, but
yeah.
then you get, I don't know. I think AI is a really bad movie villain.
yeah.
so far it has been. I think that's
Yeah.
the only angle you could do for war games to remake it is to make that kind of the engine
yeah.
to push
Or
it.
hackers.
Probably.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Oh, sneakers. That was
Or remake it and keep it in the same time frame. Keep it in the 80s. Just remake it.
Yeah.
it's true
Yes.
too.
that'd be hilarious.
Would that have any interest to anybody but us? I don't know.
Well, yeah, but then you would say, okay, so just watch the original. Then it was fine as
Yeah.
it was,
Well, that's true.
But that won't stop somebody.
No, that's true.
I think it would be like maybe hackers that are like threatening to do something, right? Something like nuclear war or something like that.
Something
Yeah.
Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's been
Something.
10 years since we've had A Star Is Born, so they could do that one again.
That was there you go. Of all things.
Yeah.
That one's the one that popped.
Yeah.
Sabrina
Weird.
They're
Carpenter.
already rebooting
Yeah.
Fantastic Four again, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But they haven't had a good one yet. So fingers crossed this is it.
I'm wondering if, we say that some works, cannot be translated to the screen properly. And I'm starting to wonder if Fantastic Four isn't one of them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You would need to change it so much to make a good movie out of it that it loses its essence.
Right.
And you wind up with a stretchy guy, a rock guy, an invisible woman, and a fire guy, and that's it.
But
Everything
that's
else
only
is
that's the easy part. You got your four entities that you have, and there's pieces that you got to place in the story. It's the story that's going to be the problem or because now they got the effects down.
Have you seen the Corman one?
Yeah.
Like the legendarily
wait,
bad one?
no.
You have to see
Then
it.
you'll understand.
You have to fucking see it. You can pinpoint the point where they were completely bankrupt too.
Yeah.
Like it was never great, but then all of a sudden it goes off a cliff, right? Like,
Oh, right.
Like the Captain America who used to wear the motorcycle helmet.
yeah. Or the Spider-Man with the yarn in the 70s.
Yeah.
Well, I have one while we're in the MCU.
Mm.
Which one?
Ghost Rider.
Oh,
Reserve's a good movie.
yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
With Nicolas Cage again?
Oh, no,
No?
he can't. No, it was-
Well, I don't think so.
he could be a
It's
villain.
hard because you got to get the good Nicolas Cage.
I
It's
could
like
see-
Brett Saberhagen.
I could see them doing that as a Disney series, like
Yeah, me too.
Punisher.
that'd be-
yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah,
Put it right there with
I like
Daredevil.
Daredevil. Just hasn't got a good movie, so.
I mean, I kind of remember the Nicolas Cage version. I thought it was, I guess it wasn't good.
I don't
because
remember it
I mean,
very well.
I expected something horrible and I didn't think it was that bad. So maybe my perspective is
Will we watch it?
No, I think you're right.
okay.
I think it was in that weird window where they hadn't nailed down superhero movies yet.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, okay.
Or at least second tier superhero movies. They had Superman, they
Yeah,
had
'cause
Batman.
that was like right before Iron Man, right?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
After X-Men, before Iron Man.
He had weird black hair.
Yeah.
That's all I remember is weird black hair.
Yeah.
Especially for Fire. That is weird.
Yeah.
And there's one that we haven't talked about, which coming out, I think in August, is The Naked Gun. They're redoing that.
Oh, yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
With Liam Neeson.
Oh, Liam
That's
Neeson.
a comedy. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
The trailer was,
yeah.
I
it
thought
had
the
parts that
trailer
were
did a good job. It made it look like they're staying
Yeah.
true to the original.
especially at
but-
the end. Especially at
Yeah.
the end. The joke at the end
Yeah.
with OJ, it was.
Yes, that was.
Yeah.
was
Oh, yeah, that
right?
was good.
Yeah.
Who's playing the Liam Neeson?
What's that?
Who's Liam Neeson?
No, Liam Neeson's Liam Neeson. He's not. He's not Leslie Nielsen.
Oh, Leslie.
But I've heard Liam Neeson say in interviews that he was mistaken for him all the time, so he just went with it.
Just get
Ooh.
beaver jokes. And then,
Yeah, right? Yeah.
He uses the fart machine just like Leslie. That's weird. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he's so good. And like when he did the A-Team and he was Hannibal, there's no connection between him and Hannibal.
I think just his cameo in Ted, was it Ted or Ted 2 or whatever? He's
Yeah.
like buying the cereal and he's
Yeah.
like,
oh, that's a good one, actually.
oh, I'm trying to remember how the joke was. He's like, I think he's buying like Trix cereal, something like that. He's like, I believe the tagline is that these are meant for children, small children, right? So you will allow me to purchase this cereal and we would not involve the authorities. Is that correct?
Nice. All right. So does that cover that question or move
No,
on?
we got 17 more.
You got 17.
When Hector mentioned Last Starfighter, I thought of Enemy Mine,
Oh, yeah.
Louis Gossett and Dennis
Oh,
Quaid
yeah.
movie. I love that movie, but it could be updated.
Yeah.
What year?
Oh,
80s, it was when HBO.
That was like 80.
84-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in the 85.
Wasn't it Wolfgang Peterson who directed it?
I don't remember. That.
It's called Enemy Mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Okay.
Quaid.
Louis Gossett Jr. is an alien.
Yes.
An
It's
alien?
Crazy.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Oh, yeah. He is unrecognizable. Like, you have no idea it's him. And Dennis
Wait
Quaid and
This is
Yeah.
like Alien Nation on Fox.
80
Oh,
From the
shit.
late 90s or late
Oh,
80s.
wow.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. 85.
Everybody
And-
did.
Lord, is it
That's what
So-
it sounds like.
It is,
directed by.
Wolfgang Peterson? Yeah.
Yes. Woo!
Nicely
Wow.
done.
Okay, cool.
That must have been
Interesting.
right after Neverending. Didn't he do Neverending Story like the year before?
I think so.
Damn.
Who got it?
No,
No, Wolfgang.
Wolfgang Peterson.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's busy.
He also, yeah, he directed Das Boot. So that's how I remember him. But yeah. Okay. So yeah, I was wondering, we have time for one. Woohoo. Yeah. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think it's a good one.
Oh,
Oh, Patrick,
Have you ever had a female dentist?
you haven't explained to your listeners that you're holding up a card.
Well, yeah, sorry. Yes. So, okay, I have a couple of decks with a knee.
A couple of what?
With a knee, you pervs. one of them was called "Would You Rather," and I used it in a couple of previous episodes. And I also have another one called "What the Heck." So these are, situations and questions involving situations that made you go, "What the heck?" So I have one of these right here.
sure.
What is the grossest thing you've seen someone do in public?
I went to the dentist and saw this guy stick his dick in some guy's mouth. It was disgusting. For me,
But
personally.
get back, you're next.
I didn't even go to the dentist for another 30 years after that.
What's that? And you have insurance.
Not for me, thanks.
Anyone wants to start or?
This is tricky.
I know one right off the bat.
I think I have one, but Hector, go ahead if you got
So
one.
the grossest thing that someone's... Repeat the question, just want to confirm.
What is the grossest thing you've seen someone do in public?
I think it's still the same answer. Okay.
Brush their teeth.
So I had a party one time, and at the party we played this game, and I believe it was called Titanic.
Oh,
And the game goes, you pour, everyone gets around in a circle and pours a swig of whatever they're drinking into this large bowl.
Oh, okay.
And then the loser of the game has to drink the bowl. So we go around. My friend next to me, I won't say his name, but my friend next to me, I forget, I try to remember the rules of the game, but basically...
Talking to
he
the
lost.
mic, Hector, please.
Basically, he lost, and he started drinking the whole bowl. Now, there was 12 people or 13 people or something like that, so it was a pretty good-sized bowl. I mean, we're talking like a
punch bowl?
Yeah, essentially a punch bowl. And he's drinking it, and then throws up in the punch bowl.
God.
Oh, you just reminded me of mine.
And
Go ahead.
And we all
nice.
we all laughed.
Wait, what?
Then we all laughed, and then we said, "Ha! Now drink it." And he did go ahead and
That got
drink
worse.
the punch bowl
Gross.
of his
my
own.
God.
So
So
that
this is your 6th birthday?
this was just a party I had, just a normal Saturday night.
Wow.
Hope your listeners
I don't
aren't
think-
having their dinner. Magic.
I don't think. I'm trying to think if there's anything worse, but that might be
That
be it.
listener in Asia just turned it.
Yeah.
He was right there.
Yeah.
Man, I almost had him.
You were in mid cartwheel, Patrick. I'm sorry.
He almost told a friend, but not now.
Oh my God. And
Okay.
did they have to, sorry, Mike, just,
No.
just a quick question. Did they have to pour their entire drink in the bowl or just a...
No, it's just maybe an ounce or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's probably like 7 Bud Lights, right?
It was a amalgamation of just whatever we were
Oh.
drinking, because we were 21, I think. At
Oh,
the time.
okay.
We just, so somebody had some Jaeger, somebody had like a Bud Light, and somebody had those seltzer drinks, and whatever was happening.
White Claw.
White Claw.
No, this was pre-White Claw.
Christini was there.
This was like
Oh, like a teeny drink?
no.
A hug?
They come in beer bottles, but I can't remember what they're called.
Oh, beer.
Beer.
Zima?
Yes.
Zimas.
Zima.
Yeah, we could do
Oh.
Zimas.
Oh, nice.
Zima with a Jolly Rancher in it?
It was at least very much like a Zima, and then Amstel Light, and then a Guinness, and then you couldn't put the worst combination of drinks into one than this one. So it's pretty bad.
No, thanks.
How do you get-
Punch Bowl.
How do you get grosser than some bodily fluid, right? In public.
Are you going to tell us?
Well, no,
okay.
mine.
Okay.
I haven't. Okay, so mine real quick is when I was at university, we got invited to a New Year's party up in Peterborough, which we had friends that went to Trent University. So we were up there, and I didn't drink that. Again, I wasn't a drinker anyway, but I didn't drink. I was the DD, and I knew I was coming home. But we stayed, it was a bunch of us, and somebody else at the party was very ill, and they threw up all over the living room floor of this house, right? This a university college house, it wasn't a frat or anything, but it was, anyway, this was as the night was kind of coming to a close, and somebody had brought down, I guess a lot of people were going to just stay because obviously they couldn't drive or whatever. And they threw a mattress
No.
down on and I remember when it happened, so I'm sitting there and I'm sober, but my friends that I was with, they had been partaking during the evening, and we all saw it happening, and I'm the sober one, but it was like slow motion before I could say don't, right? So as it hit the ground and it's on top of the vomit, we can start to see the mattress sucking it up like a sponge. And the best part was that there was this guy, and he had met a young lady, or maybe it was a girlfriend. I don't know. But he just like pulls her on top of this mattress. Right now, I don't think the vomit had gone all the way up to the surface yet of the mattress. Like I don't think it, but just that in itself. And they are like laying together on top of this, to go to sleep or whatever. And it was just like, I remember my buddies and I were just like, it was almost like a car crash where you couldn't turn away because, but just the mattress, I just remember it. It was like a slow-mo. What do they call that now when it's like something quiet and on like a video or something, and it's supposed to be like
ASMR?
ASMR. It was like that. Like all of a sudden, everything went real quiet, and we just watched the vomit increase, and it was gross.
Oh boy,
There's
that was
the
probably
sound bite right there.
yeah.
And oddly enough, also my ASMR.
There you go.
I'm going to sleep to that tonight.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were creating bodily fluids on the top of the mattress. So
Well,
somewhere in the middle, they were
in the
gonna
middle.
Yeah.
That would have been the grossest.
He had a puke
For sure.
baby.
pee. Yeah, that would have been. Thank
John,
you for
did you have one?
It took me like to think of one that's not sexual.
Really? I was gonna say.
So I'm just going to go on the puke train, and I'll still say not
Okay.
one of
Welcome
the
aboard.
sexual puke stories.
Well,
but
of course.
but just a puke story. But so my son used to have a very weak stomach. To the sight of somebody else puking, he would puke as well. So we were flying on vacation with family friends, and my son was only like 4, and their daughter was 6. She gets sick as the plane is landing, like going down with the pressure. She throws up on her, like she's sitting across from him on the aisle. Then he throws up. Both of them throw up in the aisle. And the plane lands, and we're like trying to get them clean. And the flight attendant, not
Yes.
stewardess, came and put down like a pad over it so people could get out. But it's like a thin absorbent pad, right? And
I mean,
going with that sound, people start to step on it, and you can hear it going like underneath. But then some ladies like pump their stiletto, like the heel hook up the thing. So now the puke is showing, and people are bringing their like carry-ons, rolling it through it.
Do they not have a mattress?
Yeah, if only.
or kitty litter?
Wait.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
I started to laugh at that point. But
yeah, I got I had an answer in mind, but I might have another one now that you mentioned that.
keep it on puke.
Yes. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, both answers actually. So yeah, Kyle, do you have something or
No, not after these. Jesus Christ.
Tony? What about you?
I could tell a gross story.
Yeah, please.
Think Stand By Me and Lard Ass.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh.
So we're in Panama City. We're about 18, 19, learning how to drink and screw and smoke and all this stuff. A bunch of
Eat
guys
cherry
just
pies. Yeah.
acting stupid. And we were trying to do it with girls, but
That's good.
whatever.
When in Panama.
Any port in the storm.
We were drinking
Martinez.
all weekend. All weekend, all day long.
Castor oil.
Pepe Lopez tequila mostly. The neighbors checked out and they gave us some cheese Danish.
Oh.
So we went out.
Good right there.
We went out chasing girls, dental hygienists, and not dentists. And we came home and started eating these blueberry Danishes. I mean, just passed around everybody. There's a whole room full eating blueberry Danish. Here, eat this. There's a bunch of them. We're all tearing it up. The one sober guy comes in. We're all eating. Hey, have a blueberry Danish. He grabs one. This ain't blueberries. It's mold.
Oh.
We were eating moldy Danish, and then soon somebody, and the next guy, and then we're just puking all over this $25 night hotel. Everybody just puking moldy Danish and tequila all over. We just
Oh,
jumped in the pool to clean off. And it was the most terrible thing. And I'll never forget it. And I can't eat cheese Danish to this day.
Blueberry or cheese? You keep going back.
No, you can get the ones that have like, we get them here. It's like you'll get a lot of times you'll get like cherry and they'll say cherry and cheese,
Right.
but it's like cream
But it
cheese
was
kind of thing.
cheese,
Yeah.
but you thought it was blueberry because of the mold, the blue mold.
Yeah, the mold looked like blueberries. And
I love my moldy
they
muffins.
tasted all right.
Mhm.
Yeah, the moldy muffin. That was a band Woody was in, right?
Right, there it is.
Moldy muffin.
Miss you, buddy.
So I just thought about that story.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Wow, thanks. That's a good one. Yeah. Jesus, yeah, I feel like my answers don't measure up to that now. Jesus.
Get it?
Well, okay, I'll be quick. Last year, before landing in Glasgow, it was right after a storm Kieran, I think, and the plane was rocking back and forth like crazy. And I'm usually good when it comes to turbulence, but the guy was it the guy in front of me?
not?
He
Mudford
was
fan?
not doing well. He was puking into his paper bag, fortunately. And he was, I think he created new sounds made by a human or something. All over the octaves. It was crazy. And I think someone gave him his own bag because I think it was gonna overflow.
Oh my
God.
That's a lot.
It was brutal, and it was for a solid 20 minutes. It was bad enough that it was time for us to land because 10 more minutes of it, and I think I would have needed that bag as well because it was
You're
shaking.
downstream, yeah.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And so that reminded me of that, your answer, John. And my original answer was during the Nice marathon last year as well. There was a young woman in front of me.
Your
It
niece?
was a little, sorry?
Your niece?
No. Early 20s maybe. She was right in front of me. It was a little past the halfway point, if I remember. And maybe she drank too much water too fast or something, and she went to the side of the road and right in front of me. I could have stopped and held up her hair. I could have done that. She was right next to me and was like, "Okay, good morning," and I kept going. And yeah, that was gross because I saw people around me react to that.
Right. Yeah.
But for some reason, I didn't mind. I kept going, and I was locked in. So yeah, those are my two answers.
Well, I know, Paula Radcliffe, the
Yes.
British runner. Yeah, I know she's soiled herself.
Yes.
During runs.
I was going to say the
Yeah.
Boston Marathon had a famous one for I think it's now probably 20 years old, but there was one case where that happened, soil herself, and it made the papers. And we're like, that's not that easy. This poor lady.
Yeah, and to be honest, every time I'm about to start one, it crosses my mind. I hope I'm not that guy,
Right?
Because I think I would throw myself in the ocean if that happened.
But I bet you that must be way more common than we know.
Oh yeah.
Right?
But most
sure.
newspapers have the dignity not to show show it.
Most
Right?
do. But Boston doesn't give us.
Boston's like headline.
Look at this crazy motherfucker.
Slow news day.
Exactly.
Can you fucking believe this shit? Come on, guys. For real? Too many fucking crawlers in its system. You kidding me right now? Jeez, medium regular. Not regular now, but not so much then. Jeez,
And actually, that reminds me, one of the better signs, because, during the race, people hold up signs of all kinds. And I remember that one, it was from a few years ago in Berlin. There was a guy in English holding up a sign saying, "Never trust a fart past halfway," past kilometer 21. I remember laughing out loud when I saw that.
That's awesome.
Sounds like it's from experience. Yeah. Jesus, what a way to end, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, Mike, back to pukey sex. Let's talk about it.
Is that the Patreon?
We're out of time.
Okay. Carl, you sure you don't have an answer for this one?
I'm not following up any of those. I don't think I could.
No, those were good. Those were quite good. All right. Okay, so yeah, that's a great way to end the episode. Guys, where can we reach you online and, trade puking stories? Kyle, where?
In the bathroom. That's where I'm going next.
Yep.
Okay.
No, online is going to be on Instagram, OVERKYLART, Overkill Art.
All right, thank you. John, what about you?
Instagram, the Mudford Man with underscores between those.
All right, thank you. Tony, what about you?
I am still on Facebook. I'll be your friend if you tell me where you heard me at.
Oh, there you go.
From Asia.
And on Blue Sky is Waffle House Jesus. And that's what I'm at. That's my main things. I lurk on Instagram. So
Okay, all right, thank you. Mike, what about you? You seem traumatized.
Yeah, don't follow me for those because of these stories. Both on Blue Sky and Instagram. Pickies with filters, PICIES with filters.
Not pukies with filters.
Pukies with
Totally
filters.
different guy.
That's a totally different guy.
Thank you, Mike. Hector, what about you?
I'm on Blue Sky, but I did find my passwords for my other ones, so I'm back on Facebook, but I'm really not really. Yeah,
Just lurking.
but yeah, apparently Instagram and
Really
also
sell that Facebook.
I really sell that Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes.
Follow him, everybody. He doesn't give a shit, but you should.
You have to tell me my puke story back to me if you want to be my friend.
Well,
You
yeah,
ever
that's,
regurgitate it?
So there was this punch bowl. And,
Yep, I want video evidence that you.
so where on Blue Sky?
Oh yeah, I'm at Classic Hexagon on Blue Sky. And I do remember I'm on Facebook. You just look up my name and then
Instagram, same, I think.
Classic Hexagon with Instagram. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Awesome. Thank you. So, thank you guys. It was a lot of fun. Not that I was worried, but it was a lot of fun. So awesome. Thank you, listeners, and we will catch you on the next one. Thanks.
bye.